Hi, this is going to be an assignment that's going to be a 1-day project, possibly 2-day project, but nothing more. This project you're going to create a design, but more importantly, I'm going to show you a app or a program that you can access through your Chromebook, you can access through your computer at home, and it's a pretty decent substitution for Photoshop. So you'll be able to play around with it, but I do want to see a product by the end of class. So this video is going to introduce you to Pixlr, and I'm going to show another video on how to complete the project. So to get to Pixlr, you're going to just go to Google, go to the address bar, start typing Pixlr. Then it'll run a search, and it's called this right here, Pixlr.com Photo Editor Online. So you can click on here. You're going to get two different choices. You're going to go to Open Pixlr Editor. Now you're going to get this. It's going to ask you to run a Flash player. So you're going to click here. You're going to allow it. This was a little glitchy. You might need to do this a couple of times. A box might be opening to ask you to run the Flash, and you don't block it, you allow it. So eventually, hopefully you'll get to this screen right here, Pixlr Editor. You're going to create a new image. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do just that. We're going to create a new image. Now before we do, I'm going to cancel this for a second. You can also open an image from your computer. So we're going to be working on the Macs for this. If you have any pictures on your desktop, you can absolutely access them right over here. So if you have any pictures at all, excuse me, you can open them up. And here is a picture that is clearly seen. Now this video is just taking you through Pixlr, okay, just like how I showed you an introduction to Photoshop. A lot of similarities. On the left-hand side, you have the toolbar. On the top, across here, this is known as the menu bar. So if you click on a tool, you would see in Photoshop along the bottom here, you would see some options. But the options don't show up here. They're actually up here. And there are some tools that are recognizable. Here's your Move tool. Here's your Crop tool, Marquee tool. They're named the same way. You have a Magic Wand tool, an Eraser tool, a Paint Bucket. But they might look a little bit different. Also, the options are going to be different. For example, you can't right-click and lay via copy anymore. So if I make a selection, if I go with the lasso tool and I circle an area that I want to make a copy or cut from, I can't right-click lay via copy. You don't have that option. So it doesn't mean you can't do it. You're just going to have to find the spot for it. If you go up to Edit, here you have Copy and Cut. And you can see the shortcuts. Control-C is copy, Control-X is cut. So if I wanted to cut this or copy it, I can even use the shortcuts. So it doesn't do anything. It doesn't give me another layer, but I'm going to have to paste it. So if I went to paste, it's two steps, copy and paste. You're going to see your layers window over here. And you can see that it pasted it onto a new layer. Whereas in Photoshop, you can go lay via copy and it'll do two steps for you. It will copy it, but then it'll also make a new layer. So to make this a little bit more like what you're used to seeing, because you have the screen is a little bit smaller. This area is smaller. This is still known as the blotter. I believe the images show up on the bottom here. I'm not entirely sure, like as the photo bin. But it doesn't take up your whole screen. You can get rid of Navigator. You can also get rid of History. And then you can use this to stretch it out a little bit. So if you do something which requires a lot of layers and you need a little bit more room, you can just stretch it out. To make a new layer, it's down over up right here. It's a folded edge. To delete a layer is right there. You have adjustments, layer settings over here. you have layer styles, and you can even add a layer mask. So there's a lot of similarities. It's just the location is a little bit different. So the next video is going to take you through a project in which we are going to start with an image, and then we're going to put a layer on top of an image, and then we're going to cut pieces from that layer and manipulate them. It's going to be a very simple project. So this first video was showing you, just orienting you around Pixlr. The next video is going to be a tutorial to show you how to do the project.